All right, all right. So, greetings, everyone. My name is Sanahara Ama Chandra. For those who are really just coming into my world, I realize that it's important that you know who I am. Um, while we wait on folks to come on in, I want to go ahead and hold this space. So, I will call in the energies of the East, of air. I will call in the energy of South and fire. I will call in the energy of the west and the water, and I will call in the energy of the north, which is home. And as I make that call, I want to greet you as you find your way into this space on this glorious Monday morning. Yeah, I did say glorious. I did say glorious. Um, really grateful for today's approach as we continue on our journey of wholeness, a journey of wholeness, and so much that comes out of that, right? There's much that comes from this journey. So for those who have been walking out the last 2 weeks with me, I'm really grateful for you. I'm really seeing this going on for at least another 7 days. So we'll likely end on 21 days. I will see how I feel as we come a little closer to that time. I'm excited about today's message and how it feels in my body and how I hope it resonates with you. We have touched on a lot of things, which are approaches or tools that I've been using as a part of my journey into deeper and deeper wholeness. Um, I don't believe that we can undo the experiences that life has brought us. I do not see it being something that we can wish away, pretend away, cut off from ourselves, because I'm also aware that inside of so many of these challenges that we're all going through in our own individual ways are great blessings. There's a lot of blessings inside of these things, and they're unique in that they are for each of us individually. As we are all kind of having this collective journey, it means a lot to be able to share this space with you. So thank you. Thank you. Today, as yesterday, we leaned in on the energy of forgiveness. Forgiveness is such a triggering scenario because I know what it's like to believe and know that you have been harmed, to believe and know, experience in your body that you have been harmed. And the idea of forgiveness can be outside of what is thought to be possible. How can I forgive this thing? I said on day 11 that we were moving more into energetics and frequency as we dealt with the energy of frequency. The next day, I leaned in on the energy of choice and how what we choose is what we give our power to, our allegiance to, because we say yes to it. So that affirmative or affirmation, that affirmative answer, creates relationship. It creates a link with a particular tone, frequency, vibe. And so, in my coming to you today, after talking about forgiveness, which for many people can be outside of the realm of what could even feel possible. I am one to tell you that, I know from a personal, deep experience of what it means to forgive what others, even a part of yourself, would say is unforgivable. And I still know that it's necessary and possible, as I have borne the impact of what happens when your heart becomes hard. And that's what happens when we have those spots that are unforgivable. It's almost like they harden places inside of us. So when you move, yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You're right there. When you begin activating, someone has said forgiveness and compassion, right? We access forgiveness. When we access forgiveness, we access compassion. And that compassion is a powerful, powerful tool to hold you almost in a safety bubble. When you can maintain a compassionate heart, you can maintain a connectivity to a world that can feel good, that can move you into greater moments of feel good and relief when the pressure of those knots, as I've called them, is relieved. And the power that we have to release our own pressure, our own personal pressure, is the power and spirit of today's conversation. And today's conversation being a conversation on gratitude and being grateful. So when I use the word I am grateful, it's not because I disown or dishonor those things that have been challenging. It's just that I begin to know that on the other side of those things that have been very, very difficult, shining through the entire time, guiding us and supporting us almost as gentle, energetic hugs or supportive hands, is spirit and energy of gratitude. And we can access the power of being grateful. Oftentimes, for some people, this type of work causes you to experience, and meaning it's things that come through you. I mean, you won't witness it. You may not witness it from outside of you, but you can begin to witness it inside of you. Emotional connections to things, and that can be uncomfortable. It can be like, why am I crying? What is this anger coming up? It may be some anger, that things that you've not allowed yourself to even give voice to, credit to, sit at the feet of and understand. Many lessons are here to teach us. Why do we need these lessons? Sometimes we have to live out our lives longer in order to access the importance, or where that value from that valley experience is going to come through and sustain you. When that value from your valley experience will be your shield. When that value from your valley experience will be your sword. When that value will be your boat, your raft, that thing that supports you across the next time you experience troubled waters. And some of those waters may not even be your own, but they may be someone you care about. And you could say, I can relate, I can connect with you here. So, in our spirit of oneness and understanding the power of Akilandeshwari, the goddess who speaks to us of never not broken. For those of us coming through this period of time in humanity who are alive to be a part of the shifting of our earth home, we have to honor that we are coming through as a broken people. A people who have had so many truths denied. A people who are waking up to agreements that we say with truth in our heart. I do not choose this any longer. I do not agree to this any longer. This thing, this way, does not feed me. And it's not that you won't once again be able to drink from certain rivers or eat from certain trees. eat fruit from certain trees, or harvest things from environments that at one time were not good. But when we access the power of gratitude, we access a frequency that does something to us. They connect in to us around what happens when we allow love and light. Gratitude gives us a chance to connect deeper into our light when we are going through very difficult and dark spaces. And so when we harness the energy of gratitude and allow ourselves to feel it all the way through and allow it to do what it does, like gratitude is going to do some things to you. It's going to change how you see. It's going to change how you experience. You're going to know compassion. And you'll be able to apply that superpower of compassion to yourself and to the people who matter most to you. See, sometimes when we're up close and personal with people who are on their life journey, when we're up close and personal in relationships, when we're up close and personal with things that matter to us. See, when we're up close and personal, when we're detached and it's not that personal, we can often allow, it's easier to access the energy of allowing, right? But when we come from a place of rigidness and the impact of that thing in us, then it's hard to access compassion. But once you begin that practice of deep soul forgiving for different things, where you can, some places, like I said, it's a process. I'm not expecting perfection. You find perfection in the practice, right? We find perfection in the process of disallowing circumstances that are no longer real and alive in our right now timeline. Right now, we are here today. And unless you're currently in a place of deep pain, and I'm sorry if you are, I really am. I'm sorry that you may be experiencing that. But I can say gratitude and finding the things that can allow light to shine in and on your broken places, the places where agreements were broken, the places where trust was broken, the places where your faith may have been shaken, the places where you've been angered and absolutely brought harm. It can allow light to shine in and on those places. And what we begin to realize eventually is not only do we access that light to soothe us, to support us, to assist us in being okay inside of these now moments, we also, by default, begin emanating that light and love from ourselves. We begin to emanate a particular glow, a particular feeling, and we begin to feel safe to people. And the possibility of unraveling begins to reveal itself. The opportunity for dismantling and restoring begins to present itself. And it comes through accessing greater light and greater love. When we are able to access greater light and greater love, we begin to, as they say in traditions that fall easily from my mouth, we begin to access the armor of love. We begin to access the armor of joy. And it's not that things won't happen, but they don't, when they happen, They don't lock you up. They don't turn you off. They don't make you rigid and take you back into the arms of waiting pain. You have now dealt with that pain. So the pain is now your medicine. You get to a place where you say, well, I remember that. And as you remember it and access the feeling that you have done the work to bring forward of compassion, it does less to turn your fire on to resist it. You are able to flow. In the martial art that I've studied for years, called Capoeira Angola, we are not a rigid-based martial art that causes one to, or teaches one to block hard, and everything is very rigid. It's very much about flow and allowing. And as you allow, then you can come back. And it becomes, as I talked about before, a different type of dance that we can engage in as humanity. Being from the South, and having lived many years in the North, I used to wonder about the courtship dance. I used to wonder about the community dance, the way that we would speak to this person. Hey, how you doing? I'm good. All right, well, hey, you look familiar to me. Oh, yeah, I do. Who your people? In some ways, in humanity, we can witness and say, you feel familiar to me. There's something about you that feels familiar. And as you begin to just allow what comes up and out, you may find that that person is familiar because they are emanating the remedy that you can feel to a knot that you have, a tight place. And because our soul, I will speak for myself, my soul is always yearning to be at peace with one. My soul is always longing and yearning to be at peace with itself. And if I have a thing that's yelling at me, and I can see yours too, but reconcile that peace in you is not yelling. It's speaking truth that when I feel it and I hear it, my yells inside of me don't yell anymore. You are sharing something with me. And this is how we, as a humanity, I talk about it, not just create a world that works for everyone. We allow it. We allow it to come from our being and the work that we do. And it's a big part of why I decided to do this work out loud with you all. I am committed. And now I am understanding even greater the practices that are necessary for me. As I've shared with you all these practices, I've written them down. And I look at them and they remind me. I'm looking at it right now because I've written them down. And they remind me of things, tools, attitudes, approaches, methodologies, ways of being that can assist me in not just getting through this day, but honoring that if I walk this way, if I walk through life using some of these tools, the likelihood of my bringing in and accessing greater light will show up. I won't have to do a lot more than show up and watch it unfold, bear witness to the unfolding of beauty and great love in my life. And that's what's happening. I am inviting great love to not just, I'm inviting the experience in the energetic world of great love in my life. And any part of myself that says that's not true, then I bring them into harmony. Well, what is true for you in myself? And as I honor those things that are true, then I go through allowing the inner experience of what I can change, what I can't change, what I have to accept, what I have to forgive, what I have to move through. And all that's happening in me, right? But it's absolutely impacting the energy field of anyone who comes into my radiance. And that's my goal, to be a radiant being, a radiant being of light. The martial art that I'm speaking of is called Capoeira Angola. It's hard. It's very much like yoga-ish with like postures, and the one that I do, Angola, it's close to the ground, so you're moving your body. It's definitely engages you differently, but we call it play. We call it a dance, and it changes mindset again. What happens when we call life play? What happens when we call life a dance? Then you begin to understand that there's a new song coming at any time. There's a new beat that can hold you. There are certain types of music that you can self-play to give you what you need. So today, in the spirit of gratitude, I would like to encourage you to journey with me now, right now, in gratitude. And I'm going to ask you to not just listen to me in my voice, but to take the action steps to bring in 3 things. 1, 2, 3. 3 things that make you, or that you can feel gratitude for. I'm going to ask you to type in at least 1. Share with us 1 thing that you have gratitude for. That when you think of it, your heart goes like the Grinch and grows, you know? Because when we can only focus, whatever we focus on, we make bigger in our lives. When you zoom in and focus, when you zoom all the way in, you can make something bigger in your life. And if you're going to make something bigger, why not let it be something that can nourish you, almost like a sweet rain in your cells, in your heart, in your lungs, in your liver, in your gut, in your toes, in your hair follicles, bringing in the energy of, I am grateful. So I will begin by saying, I'm grateful for breath. I've experienced not being able to breathe. I've experienced not being able to breathe. And so, from the bottom of my heart, I'm grateful for breath. There may come a time where I won't be able to, and I'll breathe out my last. But for all those who are unable to breathe, to get their breath, and their lungs and their heart and their cells are all screaming for air. I am grateful for breath. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you for letting me know that you are grateful that I show up. That's my mission, to show up. What are you grateful for? Jacqueline says her pencil drawings and her kids. When we connect into our young ones and we connect to our creation and we appreciate it allow that feeling to come all the way up in you. I want you to lean in to how it feels. Grateful for the loving support of my family and community, even though I don't always open myself to receive that support. It's okay that we may not be open. It's still impacting us. And again, I've always said, I've been in the practice now of saying, Spirit, ancestors, guiding light, higher self, remove from me all obstacles in me that keep me from experiencing greater love. Remove from me all things that keep me from experiencing greater love. And that's where these practices show up. My wholeness really is to be a vessel of love. I can be, this is going to sound crazy, but I'm going to say it. Someone can be a whole asshole. They can enjoy it. That can be their thing. They like it. That's just how they are. And they enjoy it. And it brings them a strange kind of pleasure. It's theirs, though. And maybe they are there to be the test. They're there to be the testing and proving ground for other people who are making a different choice. I don't like that. So you have to remove in yourself what makes you resonate to that, and not compassion for that person and their journey, their process. People are in their own personal journeys and process. And sometimes you are the test for someone else. Sometimes you are the testimony. And that's okay. Our journey still is very, very deeply, always will be personal. And in connection, in community, when we make agreements to say, I want that too. When we're able to make those agreements that says, I want that too. I'm tired of feeling this way. When we can say, I'm tired of feeling certain ways that don't feel good, that leave us justifying our continued pain. This is a way out. The frequency of gratitude. I'm grateful for air. I'm grateful for light. I'm grateful for light. I'm grateful for the sun and its warmth and its heat and its purifying abilities and its vitamin D and the fact that it causes things to grow. I'm grateful for the sun. I'm grateful for water. My God. Some people don't like water, and that's on you. I have a love affair with water. I love water. I love the shower. I love the bath. I love to drink water. I love to play in the water. I'm so grateful for water, and I'm grateful for clean water. I'm grateful for clean water, fresh water, sweet water. I'm grateful for sweet water. If you've never had sweet water, water that's coming out the earth, and it just, like everything in you, it almost feels like glowing goodness going down your throat. Like, if you've never had that kind of water, then you don't even understand. But it's possible, and that, I've had well water. I've had water from the mountains. I've had water from the underground aquifers, and yeah, sweet water. I'm grateful for it. I want us all to have it. So when you're ready, if you choose not to share what you're grateful for on this platform by writing it out, your choice, no pressure. I want you to consider it in your heart and bring up that energy of being grateful. I am grateful. That's the idea of a very simple magic of being able to find one blessing. Because if you can find one blessing, you can find one more. Very simple magic taught to me by a friend who was taught by his mother. And I honor her for many reasons. I'm grateful for her. But that message of if you can find one blessing, you can find one more. So wherever you are in that journey around gratitude and being grateful, it's a light-filled space. And sometimes our pain bodies reject light-filled spaces. It's like coming out of the dark and it's too bright, it's too much, I can't. I understand. And when you say you can't, to me, this is when you close your eyes and you feel that can'tness and you surrender it. You surrender what comes up in your I can'tness. And as you surrender what comes up, you will find maybe an increased capacity to can. It's like your clouds are so full and heavy, they just have no choice but to release. So I'm going to pull up our book. That's all I really have to say about gratitude. I was hopeful to get into a dance with you all around the spirit of gratitude, but it's all good. We are going to pull up our book and see what's the message in this in our text today on being your higher self, spiritual growth. And isn't that such a beautiful, 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 beautiful piece of sacred geometry? When you look at all of these colors, the pink and the red and the orange and the blue and the white, it's just beautiful. Yes, gratitude is a huge component of our universal laws, most assuredly. My teacher last night told us that somewhere we all live in the middle of something being greater than us and something being lesser than. So we live inside of that place of greater than and lesser than, somewhere in the middle. So there are places where we can always have a sense of pride and accomplishment and a sense of humility for where we have not yet arrived at. That's the journey. We're ever unfolding. We're always on it. Thank you so much for sharing. So what are the messages that come through today as we lean into this energy of gratitude? What's the message? Okay. What you accept as true will create your reality. Page 124. What you accept as true will create your reality. Choose what information and situations you agree with and what you want as your truth. What you accept as your truth will create your reality. If you read something you don't like or don't agree with, don't accept it. It isn't true for you. It may be true for others, but you don't have to make it a part of your reality. Instead of accepting others' opinion of reality, say, I choose my reality. Do I choose the reality I'm hearing or reading about? Does it empower me? Serve in practical ways to make my life better? Will believing this truth bring me joy, aliveness, and more love? You do not need to accept others' views of reality that are based on fear and scarcity. You do not need to prepare for a fearful future. Even if there is an economic crisis or earth upheaval somewhere, these need not affect you. You can create your own personal economy of abundance by believing in abundance and choosing this as your reality. If you can find one blessing, you can find one more. For you know you kicking through leaves of abundance and you just are blessing everyone and everything. And you become a blessing. And as you are a blessing, others choose to be a blessing to you. It's a part of the law of reciprocity and reciprocal relationship. Your future can be one of love, laughter, and inner peace. You can create your own positive future, and you can choose any reality that you want. So in the chapter on choosing your reality. And there will be many who will absolutely have difficulty grappling with this. Many of us are ready for it, though. Many of us are ready to choose. We're honoring our power of choice. Yes, ma'am, or pandemic. We are still here with the gift, the divine gift to do it again and do it again and then do it again and learn and fail and learn and succeed and learn and experience new wondrous opportunities for wonder and awe. So I pray that this message of our ability to choose resonates with you. I pray that it inspires you and that if you have difficulty seeing the world that you want because you're living inside of a world that you don't want right now, if your body is experiencing things that you don't want right now, and the reality that you want seems far, far away, you can get there by accessing the frequency of gratitude. Because gratitude allows humility to flow. We know that we are not the sum total of it all. And that's a good thing. We get to be in divine relationship and experience what it means to be a part of a part of a part of the whole. I feel complete. So if you have questions or things you'd like for me to answer that come up for you, please answer here. I'm also available in inbox. It's part of my service. That's a part of my service to humanity. And the practice of being a vessel of bringing light is what I give. It's my gift. So I thank you all for those who choose to sow into our life through donations, those who choose to share this video out, those who choose to subscribe on social media. I mean, not social media, you can do that too, but who choose to subscribe through my not Facebook, I'm gonna get it out, my YouTube channel. Anyway, I have a special song for those who stay today. It came up and it wants to be sung. So we'll see how it comes out with the balls. And I hope that it resonates with you. For me and for you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Ooh, I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright, blessed day and the dark, sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. the colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, "How do you do?" They're really saying, "I love you." I hear babies crying, and I watch them grow. They'll know much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful I see trees of green and red roses too. I see them bloom for me and for you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white. The bright, 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 blessed day. The dark, the dark, the dark, the dark, the dark, the dark, sacred night. What a wonderful world. World. It's also on the faces of people passing by, 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 by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? How are you? It's so good to see you. I've missed you. I love you. Oh. What they're really saying is I love you. I hear baby crying, and I watch them grow, 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 babies. There, our children will know much more than we'll ever know. grateful. Yes, I am so grateful. I'm grateful for, I am so grateful, grateful. All the blessings in my life, I am so grateful. Call them in, y'all. I am so grateful, grateful. Open up your heart. I am so grateful. Feel it in your bones. I am so grateful. I am so grateful. Open up your heart. I am so grateful for all my lessons. I am grateful. Food on my table. I have a table. Grateful. Roof over my head. I am so grateful. I get to do it over again. I am so grateful. People who love me. I am so grateful. Dragonflies that visit me. I am so, I can work. Grateful. I can give gratitude. I am so grateful for people who defend life. I am so grateful for people doing the best that they can. I am so I am so grateful. Been running a list as I've been sharing with you, accessing, magnifying, zooming in on the blessings of this life. There's so many blessings in this life. There's so many blessings in this life. And it becomes my shield and my armor. So I give thanks to you for journeying as today we evoke the spirit of gratitude and watch it bless us as part of our journey of being whole. Keeps us grateful, keeps us humble, it keeps us aware. I'm grateful for awareness. I'm grateful for this heart. I am grateful for this heart. So don't be afraid to bringing it through and allowing it to wash you clean. Tears are just how we wash the windows of our soul. We gotta wash our windows. So tears are how we wash the windows of our soul. Thank you all so much for being with me this morning. May we access the superpower of gratitude. It's a very strong frequency. It becomes a balm to the hot places in our lives, those tender places, and allows us to build our own well of compassion. So thank you all for staying with me during this share. This will be uploaded to YouTube. I will likely be collecting some of the medicine that's come through our shares and offering them through my Patreon, where we will set it up where people can have messages and sound frequencies. What'd you say? What'd you say, Crystal? All the paintings, as we say, remind me of that dichotomy between heart and sight. Oh, I did not see that, Crystal. Thank you. Thank you. They're both from a beautiful artist friend of mine, Claudia Iris Bloom. I'm giving her whole name. She's got a sale going. I was able to get the heart painting just this weekend, and I've had the eye painting. So thank you for bringing that through, and thank you all for practicing gratitude with me. I'm gonna have to listen to this again myself and just let it feel. Blessings to you on your day. Make your Monday one. I hope your Monday, if you're listening to this today with me, if you listen to it whenever you hear this, I hope that it allows you to evoke that energy of gratitude in your life. It's a powerful frequency. All right, beautiful ones. I love you so much. I love you so much. I love you so much. Be blessed. Take care.